We are joined by Viridiana Rios, a Mexican Institute fellow at the Woodrow Wilson Center. Viridiana, the United States wanted to extradite El Chapo after his last capture. Why is Mexico cooperating this time around? And tell me, what sort of significance do you think this has in regards to the relationship between U.S. and Mexico?
Absolutely. This is a very significant event for the Mexican government, and the reason why they are right now cooperating is because a third escape from El Chapo Guzman would be just devastating for the whole government, basically for the confidence that the Mexican citizens have in the government. We have to remember that El Chapo was in prison before, and he escaped prison in 2001. He did it again in 2015, and now 6 months after he has been escaped from prison, he is recaptured. So the reason is very simple. The Mexican government now needs to cooperate.
Viridiana, actor Sean Penn met with El Chapo in October. What kind of an impact does that have on the relationship between the United States and Mexico?
It has a very significant impact because the relationship in between the two countries has cooled since the new administration came to office. In 2012, December of 2012, Enrique Peña Nieto, the president of Mexico, arrived to office, and the relationship in between the two countries basically was put in hold. A lot of the training that the U.S. was conducting in Mexico for the Mexican authorities was put on hold. Basically, the authorities in the U.S. did not have access to the ministries of Mexico anymore, and some of the working groups that were happening in between the two countries stopped by. So this is basically one of the first steps that Mexico is taking in order to regain the relationship between the two countries. This cooperation in between the two countries started 6 months ago, more or less, right after the escape of El Chapo Guzman. So actually, over the last 6 months, the Mexican government has already extradited 13 Mexican drug traffickers to the U.S., and El Chapo Guzman would be one more, and perhaps the most important of these extraditions.
So how much of a drain do you think the hunt for El Chapo has been on the Mexican government? I'm thinking about, from a financial standpoint, but also in terms of morale.
Well, it has been, there are, of course, a lot of resources that have been deployed in order to capture El Chapo Guzman, but by far, it has been the best money that the Mexican government has invested. The Mexican government right now has a strong problem in credibility, mostly because of a lot of corruption scandals that have aroused in the country. So the very fact that finally they are able to show to the citizens and to the world that there is something that they can do and that they can do very well, this is just the best money they have probably invested.
All right, Viridiana Rios, thank you so much.
Thank you for your time, and thank you.